Hey,
Hey
welcome
guys.
to Wild Speculations. We're on the internet finally.
Thanks
Set
for
change, as
a
you can
little
see.
bit.
Oh, goodness. Okay, so the
Episode.
Howling Minds, episode 5,
Episode 6.
6, yes.
Our
our episode 5. Got our Knoll Hunt.
Got the Knoll Hunt. We said there'd be a Knoll Hunt.
Yep. Part of me wishes that I had predicted that they would try to get healing potions from people who obviously don't have them because they would have used them.
Yeah, but my brain, I'm like, okay, there's no healing potions. Because, like they mentioned in the previous episode, they had asked Bryce for them. He said everything's being used. I took the hint, Matt.
Yeah. I don't know how I want to tackle this. Because this episode, we had not a lot of exploration of the characters.
No.
Or really of the plot that much.
Some of the things that did come up kind of threw things askew.
Yeah.
I'm just going to jump right in. The thing that threw me off the most was Taliesin. With, Fjord tries to catch him. I don't know if he was intentionally trying to catch him in a...
Yeah.
But that's kind of the feeling I got. And he's like, so, you going to pray for your swords? And he's like, oh, yeah, he stayed in my room the other night, and he had this whole ritual, trying to force him to talk about it. And, of course, Bo is right there. Oh, really? What is it? Because that's kind of her thing. And it works with the Kobold Soul. Got to find out all the info. And he kind of went into some things that really threw me off. He's talking about how his family had escaped, that they were kind of gave like they were slaves, but their blood was needed for the ritual. Which I've played a couple Blood Hunters. I've gotten every update of it from Matt. They put on DM's Guild, and I'm like, are they completely reworking how a Blood Hunter works here? Because it has to do with an alchemical concoction that you drink that changes your personal blood. It's not like your family line.
Yeah.
Now, given that he is a tiefling, there could be something special there with the demon. But especially if he had been Order of the Profane and, the Warlock patron one, or if the people who caught him were.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, the theory that just popped into my head is, what if they need his blood as a key, and they were servants of the Unchained Oblivion? Or the Chained Oblivion. They're trying to unchain it. Because you thought that he was talking about the Cleric Order, and he was non-specific as to who it was that took him.
Yeah.
And I think that's because he doesn't know himself.
And I think that's because I was just throwing it back to, I think he's part of the Cleric Order.
Yeah.
I still think so, although depending on how much truth there is and how much he's just trying to, lie to them to get them off his back and quit probing.
Yeah.
If he's being 100% honest, he's not part of the Cleric Order. But I don't think he's being 100% honest.
No, and I don't think so either. And I think it's weird that they were trying to catch him in a lie, but didn't ask to do an insight check.
Yeah.
Because last episode, they were all over it. Everyone was inside checking everybody.
Yeah, that's true. And, for me, as a player and as a DM, I don't really like player versus player insight. I feel player versus player should be handled via. I feel most social interaction, player versus player, should be handled role play.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the. Well, I'm just going to roll this dice and then I get to do that thing. Well, role play. How are you doing that? You know, and I get that. Yes, sometimes your character is better with words than you are, but at least try. Don't just say I'm just going to roll the dice.
Yeah.
You know, and expect the die roll to give you everything you want. I mean, there is the gamble. You could roll a 1, but.
And I can see maybe they had a discussion about it.
Yeah. You know, and I'm not knocking anybody else's style of play. Your fun is your fun. I'm saying for me, that's the thing I try to steer away from, both as a player and as a DM. You know, but you know me, Dan. I'm much more narrative driven, much more character story driven than, you know, a lot of people.
Yeah.
So.
So the other thing that I brought up while we were having dinner, about our prediction about Jester's background.
Yes. So not discounting it, and I still think
well, it doesn't counter your argument that she's noble.
Well, go ahead and put forth what you told me.
So I think that Jester's her mother probably runs a brothel. And I say that, and at the same time, I'm beginning to wonder, is it her real mother?
Oh. Or was the mother of Madam?
Yeah. Is this a Mustang Madam Christmas thing from Full Metal Alchemist?
Lose me there. I've never watched that. Hopefully you guys get it.
Roy Mustang's mother turns out is a madam.
Okay.
And like they conceal it the entire series until like the end. But that's just that's my way out there. Right. Just now popped into my brain, sort of speculation, is maybe it's not her real mother. But I do like the idea that she grew up in or around a brothel. Makes a lot of sense with her fascination of drawing things, especially sexual things. And also the Traveler.
I think, Traveler I can see because I feel we don't know a lot about the Traveler. He could very well be a god of the brothels and stuff like that. However, I think most of the dick drawings is Laura coming out through her, is Laura.
And I won't dispute that, but
I believe it was episode 3, and Travis made a comment that I don't think many people caught, and I feel like it just encompasses Jester's character. And he said, "Oh God, this is what Laura was like when she was 5." And I think she's just channeling her inner child.
I think there's some of that, yeah. But I also think that's to cover up the dark.
It could be. It could be. They definitely have a way. Well, like they've said, her fascination with pastries didn't come out until episode 1.
Yeah, when Marisha was joking.
Marisha just made an offhand comment, and boom, it was part of the character, and they ran with it.
Yeah.
Caleb being dirty.
Well, smelly.
Smelly. Wasn't a thing until Laura piped up and said, "Oh, you stink."
Yep.
So they're really good about that. Just channeling, and then whatever picks up, and they run with it.
Yeah. So yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff that could be playing into it because Laura, of all of them, reportedly has the dirtiest sense of humor. Her mind goes to the dirty place the fastest.
That is what,
especially when she had to suppress the giggles over Matt describing which direction the shafts go.
Yeah.
So,
which which is great. Well, I mean, Laura and I would probably get along. I'm not knocking that, but
we got, I won't say more evidence for, but certainly no evidence against the Chained Oblivion being the big bad for this
true.
season.
That's still, you know, I'm still convinced. I think your theory from the last season was spot on. Again, I took your theory and expounded upon it for my one shot in Tal'Dorei, and I think it makes a lot of sense, you know.
Yeah. So, like, the thing that, and I wish they would have rolled better on their perception, so that we would have something to talk about.
Yes.
But the non-Knoll priestess or priest, but I gather it's a female. My interpretation of the narration was that it was a female.
Okay.
But who they were preparing food for was definitely female.
Yes. Who they were preparing for was definitely female. I don't now, and I only got to see the episode once because I just got really busy over the weekend and helping out my local game store, and then with work and stuff, doing stuff. So I only got to see it the once on Thursday night.
Yeah. But
I did not get any indication, male or female, about the non-Knoll priest. You could be 100% right. You got a 50-50 shot on that one. Well, maybe less, so it depends on how much Matt wants to get into. But
that's true. And at least the first NPC they met in this town was gender fluid.
Yes.
So maybe, I don't know.
And of course, there was the gnome, the one Jester recognized, which led you to your problem.
Which is why, because she's like, did I and she doesn't say, did I see him? And
she said he looks like he seems like the type of guy who would.
Yeah, and then Matt bursts out laughing, and then everyone else at the table is like,
yeah. Thinking back, as you were saying that to me, I told you at dinner, I can see 100% that, but I'm not sure that that's it. I would have to rewatch the episode, rewatch the facial cues, because like I said, I only saw it once. It was almost a week ago now. But thinking back, I can see how you interpreted it that way. I would just have to rewatch it to come to my own conclusion on that.
And during the episode, you messaged me on Facebook about how do we miss not being in
a guild artist.
Yeah.
Because you had talked about Far Traveler, and that's what was stuck in my head for not.
Yeah, and you had actually mentioned artisan.
Yeah, because of the chemist tools.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I think you just sold me on the Far Traveler theory that I just brushed it out the back of my mind, or maybe I've just been so busy this past week.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember, but yeah. So yeah, I mean, I was like, wait, all the signs were there. Why didn't I pick up? But I did pick up on it before.
Yes, you did.
I just got too busy to remember. And that's life, folks. That's what happens when you have to be an adult. It sucks.
Yeah. And my rewatch, I wasn't able to devote as much attention as I would like to normally, because it's the bookkeeping cycle and tax season. So.
Yes.
There we go. But yeah, it's Ford didn't use. Okay. Also, I just have to say, I almost want to get a list because I know Sam has it of all the makes and of all the makes of Ford cars.
Yeah. You know he's done his research. Episode 1, he got home and he Googled Ford vehicles.
And it's Travis's own fault.
It is. He swung the door wide open with the Shelby, the Mustang.
Yep. And like that part was funny to me because it's like, ugh. Like he looked hurt, and he even said, "Okay, I'm ready for this guy to die."
Yeah.
Because he's getting jokes about semen, and now
Which he's not the only seaman in the group now,
That's true.
because Caleb is C-man.
Yep. Oh.
So they're just kind of like a milkshake. Sorry. See, that's why I say I would get along with Laura. If those rumors are true.
Let's see. We got some good battlefield manipulation from Marisha.
We did, yes.
Not something you often see. Most people, even though rogues get that in their pack, in the burglar pack, you get ball bearings.
Yeah.
You very rarely see them used.
Yeah.
And she used them well.
Yeah. You very rarely see anyone use things like that.
Yeah.
I
loved how Matt said, these are the scavenging levels. And I'm like, are any levels really not scavenging levels?
Right?
I mean, are you not always
looting the bodies?
Yeah. Looking for magic gear. It's just right now it's mundane crime they're taking.
It's just right now everything is going to have something better than something you've got.
Yeah.
Eventually gets to where it's just a few coins and the rest of it you just sell.
Yeah. I'm going to make a call.
Okay.
Jester 4th level takes the healer feat.
I 100% agree. She was way too excited that feat existed.
Well, and they've sort of become obsessed with healer's kits.
Yeah. And didn't we make that call on the episode where she did that?
Yes, we said it was likely.
Yeah.
But
you're calling.
I'm solidifying it.
Okay.
4th level.
You were calling it.
I think we're probably 3 to 4 episodes before they level up again.
Okay.
Is my guess.
All right, so let's talk 4th level guesses then.
Okay.
Let's throw some guesses out there. We got healer kit for Jester.
Yeah.
Molly Muck. Let's just hit the
dual wielder.
Dual wielder, definitely.
If he doesn't take the ASI and doesn't multi-class, but I don't see him multi-classing this early.
I don't see any of them multi-classing this early.
Yeah.
And I definitely think the dual wielder feat is going to help him more than the ASI. I kind of feel like he planned to take the dual wielder right at the beginning.
Yeah.
That's why he's got the 2 scimitars.
Yeah.
That's why, I think that's his plan to do,
Well, so dual wielder gets you +1 AC when you're wielding 2 weapons. You can draw both weapons as part of the same draw action. And
they don't have to be light.
Yeah. So will we see him leave the scimitars behind? Or do you think he'll hang on to them?
I think he'll hang on to them, at least for a while.
Okay.
I'm going to say at least through like 6th to 8th level. I think the whole early section, he's going to keep them.
Part of me thinks as soon as he can, he's going to switch to longswords.
I don't think so.
I don't think rapier.
Okay, so longswords mechanically, I see what you're talking about. However, he's more of a style player.
What's more stylish than flipping 2 longswords around? I'm pretty sure Vin Diesel does that in the movie that the class is based off of.
He did this based off of... I don't know. I just feel like he did this with the scimitar specifically in mind. I think we're going to see him keep them for a while.
I would argue against you, but he was pretty wedded to his weapons of choice in the first campaign. And that tends to be player style.
Yeah. I'm going player style. He's going to hang on to the scimitars. He may upgrade the scimitars.
Oh yeah, I can see him like trying to get a hold of Frostbrand or Flame Tongues.
Yeah.
Or one of each, so he can put out a Dritz feel.
Oh. No, I don't think he would do that. Now he may, if he wants to do that, he's already got the ice right, and at 6th level he gets another right. He could take the flame one. He'll have the choice between flame and lightning. So if he really wants to, he can put the flame on one and the ice on the other and have them already when he hits 6th level. Right now he can do ice on one and radiant on one.
If that's the case, then if he got a Frostbrand and a Flame Tongue, and did each right, he would be doing 2d6.
Well, it would depend on what level he was at, because the right damage goes up. It starts at a D4. Right now he's at a D4.
Oh, okay.
And it will go up to 6, 8, and
5.
eventually
6 at 5.
Yeah, and I think it eventually caps at a D10. Now here's the question: if he does get the Frostbrand and Flame Tongue, is he going to put the ice on the Flame Tongue and fire on, so he does all the damage on both swings?
I was thinking about that too, because that would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
to do that.
I mean, because right now he could do the right and put the ice on one scimitar, and then the next round he uses his bonus action to put the radiant on the other scimitar.
Yeah,
and have one dealing ice and one dealing radiant.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to stick there. I think he's going to go dual wielder. I think he's going to keep the scimitars.
Okay.
Not.
Stay rogue.
Definitely stay rogue. I think that...
Skulker?
Skulker? Possibly.
For her feet. So that she can remain hidden from a single target.
Possibly. Or she could take... what is it? The short stature one that dwarves or small creatures can take out of Xanathars.
Yeah, it's extra movement.
It's extra movement and makes it easier to get out of grapple, so she can get away from things.
Maybe, but thus far grappling hasn't been a thing. But Skulker I can see her taking just so that she can always remain hidden from one target.
Yeah, I can see her doing that.
Because like Skulker would have come in real handy in the fight in the village.
Yes.
To just be able, and because it also allows you to hide easier, I think.
Yeah.
So I can see her taking that. We saw one of her cantrips that we hadn't seen before in this episode. Shocking Grasp.
Yes, we did.
4th level, she should get another spell.
I believe so, yes. Which will have to be enchantment or illusion.
I think it's going to be maybe Charm Person.
Maybe.
Or Sam was frustrated in what he was not able to accomplish with distracting the gnolls, and he'll take another spell to help him do that.
Yeah.
Crown of Madness. It's 1st level, or is it? No, it's.
Is it 1st?
Well, 3rd level. He could have gotten a 2nd level spell.
No, because they start casting at 3rd level.
No, because sorry, I'm jumping between characters.
Yeah, sorry.
Ford.
Yeah.
Has Crown of Madness.
Yes, he does.
So, yeah, that's right. It'd have to be a 1st level spell. He already has minor illusion,
Mm-hmm.
right? No, I don't think we've seen her use minor illusion.
What have we seen her use?
Message, shocking grasp.
What did she do with the cotton? What was that spell? She had a little fluff of cotton. That was illusion, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think we have seen her use illusion.
Yeah.
Minor illusion. And I think she has friends.
Possibly.
I don't know. I could be getting. Anyway, yeah.
Anyway.
Trying to call spell choice is a real long shot.
Yeah. That's when I'm gonna let you stick to the calling. Because I mean, maybe after a few levels, after we get to know the characters a little better, it'll be a little easier to, it'll be easier. We'll kind of know the style of that character.
Yeah, because I wouldn't have called
because
Crown of Madness for Ford.
Yeah, and the other thing is that spells, well, to a degree, will come down to the player's play style.
Yeah,
like a lot of times it's going to vary from character to character, though.
That's true.
Every spellcaster is different.
Yeah, and the fact that
even two diviners are going to have different spell lists.
Yeah. So, let's see. Caleb, wizard.
Caleb staying wizard. I think he's sticking with wizard to get the philosopher's stone.
I think so, yeah.
I think he's going for that. I will say it was great watching him count out the gold.
Does he take observant?
He might. So I was thinking maybe mechanics. He did have a great perception roll this last episode because last show
He had one.
I said
he had one.
He had no good perception rolls, so he had to get one.
Yeah, he got one.
Observant might help, but observant helps with passive.
Yeah.
It's not going to help the rolls.
But it also would allow him to read lips.
It's true.
And if Matt knows, Matt I think is a pretty good GM enough that if he knows their passive scores, he'll give them the information that score would get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's definitely going to, and we saw it several times with Vex, because Vex had the observant feat.
Yeah.
He put situations in there where she could use that ability.
Yeah.
So I believe that's a possibility.
Or does he go for something like Spell Sniper?
He could go Spell Sniper.
I don't see him going Warcaster yet.
No. He does not want to be next to.
Yeah. Yeah, so far he's done his level best to stay out of melee.
Yes.
Trying to think what other ones might help his alert. Magic Initiate.
Yeah, I was thinking Magic Initiate. Just to showcase that inborn talent he's already supposed to have that we've heard so much about. The other thing I was thinking of, and depending on how much they play into it, but he kind of does the humble brag. I'm not a tactician. Here's the plan. Wait, I thought you. Now hear me out.
Okay.
If he keeps playing that, he could go Battle Master, the Martial Adept. Get a superiority dice and a couple of things. Because one of those allows you to move and add to your AC to get away.
Well, I think
he could.
For most of those, it requires a weapon attack. if memory serves.
A lot of them do. Some of them don't. And there are ones that can either help you get away and raise your AC, or heal yourself or others. Your superiority dice.
There's the one that says you can move an ally. They can move their speed and then make an attack.
Yeah. So he could use that to cut people off. He could use it to play up that tactician if he keeps playing it. It's an outside shot, but if he keeps playing that card where, oh, I'm more than you think I am, and ends up being the tactician, he could very well take that.
Yeah.
He could try to piss Matt off and just take Lucky again. I don't think he will.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of a down on his luck character this time.
Yeah.
So I don't think he will. But it would be funny to watch Matt's face if he did. The first time he says, well, I'm just going to use one of my luck.
I really want the player's handbook in my hand right now because I want to look at the wizard spell list because I want to try to call some spells.
Well, we can do that for next show because we've got a few shows before they level up.
That's true. That's true. I got time. I can do some.
We can do some research there.
Yeah.
And I think we'll see. The way I feel like these guys play, not like their whole. I think they have a character idea map planned out.
Yeah.
And I think they kind of lean towards some things, but I think they are like me in that what happens in this level is going to weigh a lot heavier on the choices they make at level up than the plan. I mean, everything will weigh in, but those will have the biggest weight per thing.
Yeah.
So we've got a few episodes to see how they kind of play out and to come up with those. So we can do some research and call spells, definitively call spells.
Yeah.
We can make our guesses now, some hunches, but we can definitively, and you know, I'd say.
And I'll need to check his stats online to see what he's already got, rather than relying on my recollection of what he's cast.
Yeah. Critical Role stats for the win.
Yeah. Ford remains a warlock.
Definitely. What are the chances he ends up taking the Gift of the Depths invocation, which allows him to breathe water and cast water breathing once a day?
Slim.
Slim because it counteracts the drowning effect?
Yeah.
Or does he take it because he's so freaked out by the drowning effect?
No, I don't think he takes that.
You think he's going to add to the Eldritch Blast, or you think he's going to take something new?
Yeah, I think he'll add to the Eldritch Blast. And I think he will probably take Warcaster.
Okay.
Because right now he has the one that lets you add your charisma to the Eldritch Blast.
The Agony.
There we go. Agonizing Blast. And I think he takes the one for push, and I think he takes Warcaster as a feat.
Okay.
So that he can just play. And now he's doing charisma damage and pushing his targets, and he can be moving people around that way.
Okay. See, I see him. I think he's got to be 5th level to take it, but I see him taking the Greater Pact weapon. Where when he summons that falchion, he can make it any weapon. Including bows.
I don't... Travis the player, yes. Ford the character, I don't think so.
Okay. I can see that.
And the reason I say that is because the falchion was a very specific choice.
Yeah.
That is not actually detailed in the book as a weapon choice. they statted it correctly as a longsword because that's basically what it is.
Right. Question: is he going to trade out the falchion if he finds a magic weapon?
Yes.
Because he can make a magic weapon his packed weapon and then dismiss it.
Well, we discussed this last episode when I mentioned does he do that, or if he gets the magic weapon and makes it his packed weapon, does that adopt the barnacles and the water?
Right.
So no, I have no doubt whatsoever that he gets a magic longsword. He makes it his packed weapon, and now it's a magic falchion because reasons.
I think we're going to see him take that greater packed weapon eventually. It may be later levels. It may be like way later levels, but I think we'll see him take it. I think it's too much versatility for a fighter warlock to not take. And I think it's too much up Travis's alley for him to not eventually take.
Yeah, I think you're probably right because he grabbed that D12 damage die
Mm-hmm.
in this last episode. And they joked that it was Habit from Grog.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I can see him going for the
I mean, he can
long
already
great
make
sword.
it, yeah. But, alright. I don't know that he's going to keep modifying the Eldritch Blast. He may, but he may take more spells. More spell duplicating.
What do you mean? Oh, the
The
at-will spell stuff?
invocations, at-will spell stuff.
Detect
The Eldritch Sight.
Eldritch Sight, I can see him taking. Especially if he plans on multi-classing in the wizard.
Right. Well, I mean, even if he doesn't, taking those invocations could be a way to show him still studying that arcane.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's a big part of his
Which to
character
me-
as well.
To me, that's one of the more rewarding parts of playing a warlock is taking those invocations that basically give you an at-will spell all day long.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my warlocks, I almost never take things that modify my Eldritch Blast.
Yeah,
It's all the other stuff.
Yeah.
Take things like that. Be the human that gets the Devil's Sight, and you can see 120 feet in the darkness, even magical darkness. You know, I like the skill ones too. There's one that gives you deception, persuasion.
Yeah.
Those are fun to just kind of,
Yeah.
depending on my character and their backstory and stuff. I really like the one that lets you read all writing.
Yeah, Eyes of the Runkeeper.
Yeah, and you can get that at second level.
Yeah.
All right, I can read everything.
Yep.
But that's more up my alley. I mean, I miss the old editions where you got your racial languages plus your intelligence modifier and additional languages of your choice.
Yeah.
Because I like languages.
Yeah. So let's see. Who haven't we talked about? Yasha, I don't think we can talk
And
about.
Bo.
And Bo. I think she stays monk.
She stays monk. Everyone stays, I'm telling you.
Tavern Brawler.
Yeah. Yep. The D4 to your unarmed damage doesn't do anything.
No, but the bonus action grapple.
The bonus action grapple, and the only way, that feat is the only way to get proficiency in improvised weapons.
Okay.
Unless you allow them to take it with the weapon master feat.
Yeah, there is the argument against it that her strength isn't great. But we know she has the athletics expertise.
Mm-hmm.
So, maybe she does the martial adept.
She may do the martial adept. Yeah.
I love
she
it.
hasn't really played that role yet, though.
She kind of did this episode, though. If you remember, when they were talking about setting up their little kill zone and stuff, she was like, we need to put our heavy hitters up front and just have the ranged people in back.
Yeah, I mean, and Marisha has studied fighting styles. Yeah. But yeah, if she goes Tavern Brawler, she's going to eventually spend another feat to get the Grappler.
Or does she take the ASI for strength for a later dip into fighter?
No, I don't think so. If she does an ASI, I think she's going to go Wisdom. Because that's going to jump up her save on her, like, if she uses Stunning Blow ever, and that's going to up her AC.
Yeah. Wisdom's 16?
Yep.
Yeah, getting a 10. Wow. She would have an 18 AC.
Yeah. If she does anything, if she does any ASI, that's what I think she'll do.
Yeah.
And it'll help their notoriously low perception scores rolls too.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, I think she's gonna take Wisdom. I don't think she's gonna. Her stats don't support Tavern Brawler for the grapple benefit.
No.
And I think.
But she doesn't need to improvise weapons.
No. So yeah, I think. Yeah, the ASI to Wisdom to get the 18 Wisdom +4/+4. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also the save for her Cobalt Soul ability
all
is
wisdom. Yeah. That's why I said all her monk saves are Wisdom. Stunning Fist, the Cobalt Soul techniques.
Which we have yet to see her use.
We haven't really seen her in a position to.
But she was restraining her use of key points.
Yes.
In this last episode.
Yes, she was.
Which is funny to see her do. Like, because as Keyleth, she would often just blow spell after spell. Like, basically, she started at the top and worked her way down.
Yeah. In
her spell casting. And it's funny to see Laura blowing every spell she's got in the first encounter. Just about.
Yeah.
And Marisha holding back those key points. Only spending like 1 or 2.
And you know, for a lot of people, that's the difference between a martial character and a spellcaster.
What do you mean?
A lot of spellcasters blow their spells. A lot of players, in my experience. There are now. You're good at holding back your spells unless you do that damn Arcane Investigator build and piss me off with Mirror Image. Go watch the one shot. It was a lot of fun. I'm not really pissed.
Well, that build specifically, though, I wasn't worried about spending spell slots because that build was recharging spell slots.
Right. I'm not as reserved as you with spellcasting, but I am more reserved than most players that we've played with.
Yeah.
And I think there's a pretty sharp decline from there in who blows their spells.
Yeah.
You know, whereas the more martial players tend to be more strategic because you are the fighter.
Yeah. Well, and also a lot of the martial classes get their stuff back on a short rest.
Right.
As opposed to a long one. Well, it's for another video, but I have an idea I'm toying with using on recovering spell slots.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's wisdom for Bo.
If anyone takes an ASI, it's going to be her. Unless Not does. Not's the only one I see.
Yeah.
Because Not dumps that into intelligence. She's up to an 18 int, and that's going to affect all her spells.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is something Skulker won't do for her.
Right. Unless Caleb does that too. Bumps up to a 20 intelligence.
Well, Observant would allow him
To bump the intelligence to 19.
Yeah.
But that's still just the +4.
Yeah.
So unless he's going to take something else at level 8 that'll bump up the intelligence another 1. Which there's plenty of things.
Yeah. Or splits that ASI.
Or splits the ASI. But I don't know that he's got another odd number. He's 18, 14, 14 on the end. No, 18, 16, 16, 14 con, 12, 11 dex. He'd be dex.
Yep.
11 dex and 10. Yeah.
Split the level 8 ASI and his AC
You
will
can
go
get
up.
the 20 and get the bonus to the AC. Yeah, I can see that. If I'm remembering the stats right.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Yeah, we're getting close.
We're getting close.
So, next episode, last quick predictions.
We're going to find out who the non-null priest was.
Yes. I think we will, one way or another, have evidence of the Chained Oblivion or not. I think.
You think he's going to tip that hand this early in the campaign?
Okay, let me rephrase that. He will have evidence that I will interpret to be for or against.
Fair enough. Fair enough. My prediction, back in town, they're going to interact with that gnome, and we're going to have to see some role play with Jester's backstory.
Yes. Oh,
Because he's going to recognize her.
that's the other thing that we called the decaying, overarching empire, and the local people signing up to do good by the locals.
Yeah.
That was in play. In
Yes, that
whole
was.
scene.
We did call that. So, yeah. That's my prediction. Those are my predictions. We're going to find out, maybe not who exactly it is, but we're going to find out more about that non-null priest.
Yep.
Or priestess. And we're going to see some interaction between the gnome and Jester.
All right. Talks Machnia is coming on. We're running a little long. We started a little late because we were...
New set.
Yep.
Stuff.
Join us next week where we will see what we were right about, what we were wrong about, and come up with some new wild stuff.
And let's all go watch Taliesin and Brian on Talks Machnia.
See ya.